Hello cigar friends, happy Friday. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you had a wonderful week and that you smoked some wonderful cigars. I know that my featured cigar of the week is definitely not disappointed. So let's talk about that a little bit. My featured cigar this week was the Macanudo Maduro. So the Macanudo Maduro is one of our core lines for the brand. But it's all kind of stemming from really what is the bread and butter for Macanudo, and that's our Cafe series. So you might know that as being the Portofino size, the Court, the Hyde Park. And it's a blend that's been around for quite some time. In fact, since our acquisition in 1968. So that was the catalyst for a couple of offshoots for different blends, and this is one of them. So the Macanudo Cafe series, to recap quickly, we are using a Connecticut shade wrapper. We're using Mexican San Andrean tobacco for the binder and one of the fillers, and then we're using Dominican Piloto Cubano in addition for one of the fillers as well. And then we had our Heritage Nuevo, which came out at our trade show in 2019. It was a limited run. The difference was that we are growing the tobacco in Ecuador as opposed to the Connecticut River Valley domestically. So for that particular cigar, we were using different countries of origin, different aging processes to deliver a different flavor. And then we have our Macanudo Gold label. So that's actually the same blend as our Cafe series. However, it's taken from a lower priming, so it is going to yield a sweeter smoke. But I know you guys are all here for the Macanudo Maduro, so let's talk about that. So this is still using Mexican San Andrean tobacco for the binder and one of the fillers, but we are also using the addition of Dominican Piloto Cubano. So it's going to be very, very smooth, creamy. You get a little bit of spice from that Mexican San Andrean, but the Dominican Piloto Cubano balances it out so nicely. And we're using a Connecticut Broadleaf Maduro as opposed to a Connecticut shade. So there's a bit of a misconception when it comes to Maduro wrappers in that the darker the cigar, the stronger it is. And of course, that is just not always the case. Maduro literally means ripe. So let's take plantains, for example. If you are getting fried plantains, they aren't quite as sweet. Whereas opposed to if you are getting Maduros, they are sweeter, ripe. They have a very different flavor, and it's very similar to that of tobacco. So Maduro literally means ripe, and there are certain flavors that you can expect from a Maduro wrapper. So this cigar in particular, you've got cocoa notes, coffee notes, it's creamy, it's mellow, and on that note, this is actually a great cigar to talk about because it was kind of an interesting turning point for Macanudo. This is one of the first cigars on the market that was really a mellow Maduro. Again, there's a lot of misconception that Maduro is synonymous with being a stronger cigar. So this is still going to deliver a mellow, pleasurable smoke with a ton of flavor, but it's not overly strong at all. So it also holds a beautiful ash, and as you'll notice, the ash is very, very white. I've talked about this a little bit in regards to our Inspirato Black, where being grown in that Connecticut River Valley, there's a lot of magnesium in the soil, which is going to give it that really bright white hue in the ash, and that's exactly what is happening with this cigar. So if this is something that you haven't looked at in a while, I would highly recommend it. It's perfect if you're looking for those coffee notes, the cocoa notes, the creaminess, not really too spicy at all. Like I said, you get a little bit of that pepper from the Mexican San Andrean tobacco, but overall it's just incredibly pleasant. And of course, if you have any questions, please leave the comment on the video. If you've smoked it and you very much enjoy it, I also love to know that. So as always, thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Stay safe, stay smoky, and I will talk to you guys later.